ballots, and in essence eliminated voter verification required by state election
They
law.
still at
In
it. These
Wisconsin,
racist white
officials
people
issued
don't quit.
illegal rules to circumvent a state law passed by the legislature as the Constitution requires, that required absentee voters to provide photo identification before obtaining a ballot. And in Michigan, signed affidavits document numerous unconstitutional irregularities. Officials physically blocking the legal right of poll watchers to observe vote counts, the illegal counting of late ballots, and hand stamping ballots with the previous day's date. My North Country constituents and the American people cherish the Constitution, and they know, according to the Constitution, elected officials closest to the people in state legislatures.
Representative Elise Stefanik of New York arguing against the count of the electoral vote as we continue to watch this ping-ponging on both sides of the Capitol. We want to turn now to this issue of social media, which a lot of new questions tonight based on what we saw at the Capitol.
Yeah, I mean, there are enough extraordinary developments today. One of them is that Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook have now locked out the president of their social media.
Listen, this all. They don't give up. These are hateful people. What black people have to understand is this: that only reason why they gave up slavery was under the threat of war again. They had lost the fucking war. The only reason why the people in the North were opposed to slavery is because they didn't want the industries in the North to have slaves and put the white people out of work. This is the only fucking reason why white people was against slavery. They are some cold-hearted people, monsters. So black people about to figure out how to stick together and start to be their own defense and start to protect each other, because they finna start killing us off.
Little too late, because so much of this violence, this right-wing extremism, disinformation has been allowed to grow and blossom on social media for years now, with piecemeal policies that have been put into place, but the president has been allowed to act more freely because of his position, his authority, and his position of power. What's really interesting is we just got confirmation of Mark Zuckerberg's internal email to Facebook employees, and he has been long under fire for saying that, this is a free speech issue for the president and for politics in general, while not so much allowing that inside his company. But he did tell employees today in a memo, he's calling this a dark moment in our nation's history, calling it mob violence, not just protests. And Zuckerberg says he is treating this situation as an emergency and that Facebook is implementing additional measures to keep people safe. Now, this is coming as there are ongoing calls for these social media companies to do more. But so far, Twitter really out front, putting it plainly, saying if the president continues to violate their terms of service, their policies against hate and violence, they are actively considering permanently suspending him. And of course, as we all know, Twitter is the president's seemingly his favorite megaphone for getting his message out there, and these tools will not be available to him. But certainly a lot of chatter going on within these tech companies as well. Our NBC News business and tech team also reporting that inside these big social media companies, there's more and more pressure on the leadership to take more aggressive action, to do more, to prevent more of these calls to violence from the most powerful seat in the world from coming to light on these platforms, influencing so many people. But so far, those are the actions that have been taken by these ultra-powerful tech companies, guys.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. Let's go to Hallie Jackson at the White House as we continue to